Good evening and welcome to the Fix My Heart Show. Just waiting on a couple of people to join. I am so excited about tonight's show. Tonight we will be talking about emotions. That's right, emotions. We express our emotions each and every day. And so over the last couple of shows, we've talked about how the heart is comprised of the mind, the will, and the emotions. And in order to change your life, you have got to learn how to manage those emotions. H-Town had a song, emotions make you cry sometimes. And that's true. Sometimes our emotions make us cry. So we got to learn how to, get a hold of our emotions. And when we do that, we can start to see change in our life. So thank you all for joining me on tonight. I'm excited about tonight's show, and we're going to go ahead and get started. So emotions. What are these things we call emotions? Well, emotions are a conscious mental reaction such as anger or fear, subjectively experienced as strong feelings, usually directed towards a subject specific and typically accompanied by a physiological and behavioral change in the body. So what is that saying in layman's terms? Emotions are strong feelings, things that you feel strong, such as anger, like we said before, frustration, happiness. Those are all of your emotions. And emotions are gauges for our life. Emotions are a mental reaction to the things that are going on the outside of us, sometimes also on the inside of us. And when we begin to feel emotions, we feel it in our bodies. Our bodies have reactions to emotions. Sometimes when you get angry, your face begins to express different things. So as y'all know, today we live in a digital technology world. We got emojis. So if I'm angry, you're going to see that on my face. So emotions are very important because the truth is a lot of times our emotions go up and down, up and down. And it is through those up and downs of going through our emotions that sometimes we don't make the best decisions for our lives. So we have got to learn how to control and manage our emotions. Now, the truth is, you can't sometimes control how you feel, but you can control your response to how you're feeling. So if something causes you to be afraid, you can't control that you're afraid until you learn how to overcome that fear. But in those moments of fear, sometimes your head be racing and your stomach be in knots, and you're like, oh my God, what am I supposed to do? So as you can see, I'm making all kinds of emotions tonight. And so you have to learn how to manage those things and control your response to those things. Because the truth is, some people have committed wars have been started over emotions. People have gotten killed behind emotions. A lot of things have occurred because of emotions. And emotions are also great because they help us in the time of need. If you are in danger, your emotions kick in, and we have this thing called flight or fight. So it's it's a biological response in the body that helps us, that protects us. So your emotions can also protect you. But when your emotions are not used in the right way, they cause major damage. So we got to learn how to use our emotions in the right way so that we can make the best decisions for your life. Y'all, let me tell you this. I was a person that lived strictly out of my emotions. When we receive information, it hits the back of our head. I don't know what it's called, the medical term, because they don't be pronouncing things like we pronounce them. So, and that's the emotional part of your brain. And then the rational part where you think clearly is at the top of your brain. So when we first receive information, it hits that emotional side of us. And so when we're in a high emotional state, we are not in the best condition to make major decisions for your life. So I want to encourage each and every one of you, when you are going through things, when you are experiencing things, when you're in that high emotional state, I need you to stop. I need you to stop. I need you to feel what you're feeling and analyze what you're feeling. Now, some of you may say, this is so hard to do sometimes. Well, it's a skill that you have to learn. You got to learn how to manage your response because you have been so used to just responding out of your emotions and acting out of your emotions. Now I'm going to dare you to do something different. So it's going to take some work. So when you learn how to control your response, you will start to see better results in your life. The truth is we are bombarded every day with so many decisions that we have to make. Y'all, I was thinking today, we are so amazing. God has made us so amazing because we get to make the decisions for our lives. That is amazing. You get to decide everything about your life. And we are in a powerful position. I need you to learn how to own your position and the thing that you get to do, the power of choice that you get to make the decisions for your life. And that goes along with your emotions, because your emotions allow you to feel. It allows you to feel when things are not right. It allows you to feel when you are in danger. So those are the good things about emotions. But then also there's a bad side to them when evil is influencing your emotions. Your emotions can be good and your emotions can be bad. And based off of how you're feeling, then you make a decision. So it can cause you to make decisions that you'll regret later. So I want you to take some time that when you're in these high emotional states, stop for a minute. Stop. Let your brain be doing this. And when your brain is doing this, you can't think properly. So I need you to stop. I need you to calm down. Sometimes you may have to breathe deeply. Sometimes you may have to close your eyes. Sometimes you may have to pray, and sometimes you just have to learn how to really feel what you're feeling. I hope that's making sense. Feel what you're feeling, and then begin to think about, well, why am I so emotional behind what I've just heard or what I've just seen? Our emotions play off of the things that we have experienced in our life. And like I told you, when you hear information, it searches your brain in order to see if there's something in there that it can relate to. So if you see something and you had a bad experience to it before, then it's going to probably invoke some emotions of sadness, of anger, of fear. It depends on what it is. And when you begin to feel those things, that is the perfect opportunity for you to start to say, okay, why am I feeling this way? Not to go reacting and doing crazy things, because you want to begin to do something different. If you're going to be better in life, if you're going to get your heart fixed, you have got to start making some better decisions. And your emotions are going to be a major factor in you making better decisions for your life. You have got to get these things under control, y'all. I mean, if you look on social media today, people's emotions are out of control. They're blasting their business on social media. They're fighting on social media. All of these things are coming from a high emotional state. I know she didn't just say that about me. You typing fast. You're in that high emotional state, and so you begin to make yourself look like a fool. And no, I'm not trying to down anybody or talk about anybody, but I'm just keeping it real, because the words say fools do foolish things. And it is time that we change the way we do things. Stop allowing your emotions to cause you to look like a fool in front of everybody, because the truth is people may be liking it, but in the background they're laughing at you. They're talking about you. Look at that fool. She just be putting all her business out there. She just doing this and she doing that, and they're talking. So if your life is full of drama, check your emotions. If you are not where you want to be in life, check your emotions. How are you allowing your emotions to control you? How are you responding to your emotions? So, they got that song, Some Type of Way, make me feel some type of way. Emotions make you feel some type of way sometimes. And that's understandable. We're going to all experience different types of emotions. But what's going to make or break you is how you choose to respond when you feel these things. So like I said, number one, when you start to feel some type of way or have an emotion, feel it. Really feel it. Okay, how is this making me feel? And then say, okay, what am I going to do with these feelings? Am I going to make the right decision for my life, or am I going to just act any type of way? Because if I act any type of way, you don't know what type of results you're doing. Let me tell you something. When your emotions are high, especially when you're in contact with somebody else and they're in a high state of emotions, most of the time it's going to be destructive behaviors going on if you do not choose to respond properly with your emotions. Two people in a high emotional state, most of the time when y'all sharing these videos of people fighting, both of them people are in high emotional states. So their emotions are wind up and now they're going blows. And people share this all the time because the truth is it feels good to your flesh when you like those type of things, when you like drama. So they're in a high emotional state when they're fighting. And so we have got to learn how to get these things under control. If you want your heart to heal, if you want to change your life, you have got to learn how to manage those emotions. I am so excited for you because if you have been managing your emotions wrong in the past and you haven't been making the best decisions for your life, you can always change. The only thing that you have to do is make a choice. That's right. God has given us the power of choice. And we talked about that last week. Choice is one of the things of your will. Make a choice. Choose to do better. Choose that I'm not going to continue to respond the way that I responded in the past. Y'all, I chose to do something different. I have lived my life based off of emotions for a long time. But now I don't do that. For me, when I'm going through something, when something has occurred in my life, it takes me about a day and a half to get through the emotions to feel it. If I've been wronged or feel like I've been wronged or feeling sad or something like that, it takes me about a day and a half to process. So you need to learn how to control your emotions and your response and then see how long it takes you to process emotions. That way you'll know, okay, I'm going to feel this for this moment and then I'm going to be okay. So like I said, for me, I've learned because I've studied this stuff. I've gotten healing. God has really set me free in a lot of ways. He's taught me how to control those things. And I lean and I depend on him. I pray a lot. When I'm going through things and I'm in a high emotional state, I get to praying because, Lord, I need your help. Lord, it ain't feeling good. It ain't looking good. And I need you to help me because I don't want to respond in a negative way. I know where my help comes from and you got to learn where your help comes from. So learn how you respond. And if you're not responding the way you want to see the results in your life, then just begin to respond differently. So I want to encourage each and every one of you to get a hold of your emotions. You know, emotions are a big thing and they play a major role in your life. And if you begin to think about your life and think about how you've responded in the past, you'll begin to see why you've ended up in some of the situations that you ended up in. But guess what? Change can start today. So I just want to encourage each and every one of you, start today. Begin to do something different with your emotions. Because the truth is, you want to live the best life that you were created to live. And when you get a hold of your emotions, when you learn how to manage them, girlfriend, boyfriend, you're going to be unstoppable. That's when you can walk somewhere, somebody can say something about you. It may cause a little anger, but you can act like you ain't even bothered. When you get to that point, you will be unstoppable. So I want to encourage you all, work on fixing your heart. When you fix your heart, your life is going to change. And when your life changes, then you can really discover who you are, why you're here. God has amazing things for you. Thank you all so much for joining the show. Bye-bye.